Alright, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video. It's been a little while because I've been so busy with work, overflooded really with so many shoes and boots to rebuild. That's awesome though, I love it, so thank you guys so much for all the love and support. Today's video is going to be a beautiful pair of Allen Edmonds. This model is called the Nuemok. It's a wingtip men's shoe, and the leather sole has worn down and the customer wants to upgrade to a JR Leather Sole. JR Leather Sole is of course recognized as the best leather sole in the market, so I'm really excited to take these apart, get the new JR Leather soles and JR Leather heels onto these shoes. These shoes are not in too bad of shape overall, so just standard recrafting. We'll keep the original welt, we'll change the cork, keep the heel base most likely, give them a good shine, and then they'll be done. So let's get this video started. Thanks so much. Alright, now the first thing we're going to do is take off the rubber top lift, which is the first layer on the heel. So that's a thin rubber cap, more or less the same thickness as the new JR heel we're going to use. And initial inspection, the riser pad on the heel block is good. Heel block looks clean, so I'm going to try to take the heel block off nice and cleanly. This is my heel pry tool. It's used to pry off the heel. Now, the funny part is, a very strong, well-constructed shoe is actually very easy to take apart, and a poorly constructed shoe is usually hard to take apart because the poorly constructed shoes have crap materials like polyurethane and thermoplastics that are just so fused and bonded and artificial. They're just a pain in the butt to work with. So the better the shoe, the easier it comes apart, if that makes sense. A little tricky with the Edmonds bases sometimes because they're fiberboard, so they can break, but usually they come off pretty smoothly. Now everyone has their own method on pulling out the welt stitches. Some people take their knife and cut in between the sole and the welt. Me personally, I like to sand the old threads on the bottom of the sole and cut them in hopes that I can pluck them all from the top of the welt with one pull. So first I start sanding. Okay, so this is going to go either one of two ways. These threads are all going to come out in one pull, or I'm going to have to pull them one by one. So let's see if my way is a good way today. Nope, not a good way. So I'm going to pluck these one by one, which is okay. But you probably don't want to watch me do the whole shoe, do you? So this is my second finisher, which I don't use as much, but this is a very old school tool and it's designed to actually pull the threads off the welt. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. So I'm gonna give it a try and see if it can get some of these threads out so I'm not going one by one. After a thorough investigation, I declare this welt stitch free. Let's pull out this old cork. Got a little chunk missing there. And a little chunk missing there. Not too bad a shape, a little chunk missing there, but time for some fresh cork for sure. So here's the inside of a cleaned out Edmonds. You got a nice leather footbed, your gemming. There is no arch support on these Allen Edmonds, which would raise an eyebrow at first because anytime you have a heeled shoe, there's pressure where the heel stops in the arch instep, and then there's that dip, so you need usually a steel or wood fiberglass shank to support that area. If you have a wedge sole, for instance, these types of shoes with wedge soles don't have arch support because it's a flat drop, so there's no pushing in the arch because you're walking flat-footed almost. So when you have a heeled sole or shoe, you need that support in the arch. So what Allen Edmonds does is they make custom heel bases with a raised arch on the inside here, so that elevation here acts as an arch support. They have been making shoes for generations, so I assume they know what they're doing. I haven't heard any complaints. But if you change the heel base to a non-Allen Edmonds heel base without the built-in arch support, then you would likely have to add a shank. Alright guys, this job is rolling along nicely. We have our new cork installed. We have all of our welt threads picked. we are now ready to glue our new JR leather sole. And before we do that, I just want to give a shout out to my friend Mario, who's also known as the Boot Reaper on Instagram. So check out his page. He has the most incredible boot collection you can possibly dream of. And Mario was helping out here at the shop whenever he was able to. But he got a very nice job offer at his old job, and he took it, so he's no longer helping out at the shop. But we just want to say thank you, Mario, for all your help. We love you, and we wish you nothing but the best moving forward. So this next part of the video is for Mario, and it's called, What Boots is Pablo Wearing Today? Well, if you've been following my videos, you might be familiar with these boots that I have on today. These are my Truman Glazed Harvest boots in Truman's 79 last. I rebuilt these for myself in one of my previous videos using the Vibram 700 soles and heels, a leather midsole that also acts as a rand, little leather heel stack, and a new leather split welt. I'm not too educated, well, I have no idea where this glazed harvest leather comes from. It's just gorgeous, and it patinas like a monster. But I think these were kind of a one-off by Truman, if I'm not mistaken. So I don't have too much information on them. So if anyone does have any information on the glazed harvest leather, what tannery it came from, drop a comment in the comment section and I'll check it out. But these are just beautiful boots, and I'm so happy with Truman. Thanks, guys. I'm also going to glue my top lift to the heel base. And I do this before the heel blocks on the shoe, so that way you can sand the inside of the heels flush together, have everything smooth, and then you can balance your heel with the heel on it if you need to. And I already sanded both surfaces and cleaned them with thinner so that the glue sticks properly. Now, do you guys know what time it is? I can't tell you what time it is because it's not my saying, but I think you know what time it is. And by the way, this is the most important tool in a cobbler's arsenal. Alright guys, so I have the new leather sole on, but I usually wait about an hour before I stitch it, because you don't want to have fresh glue that's still a little wet going onto your stitcher, because the needle can get glue on it and then your stitches can start to skip. So, I'll wait maybe 20-30 minutes today just because it's a Sunday and I want to get through this. But in the meantime, while this dries, it's a perfect opportunity to just work on the leather uppers. So first I'm going to do some Saphir cleaning lotion. So this is going to clean the leather and start the wax buildup to give it a nice sheen. Next step is the Saphir Smooth Leather Lotion, mink oil based. This is going to condition and hydrate the leather. And I'm letting each product absorb about 5 minutes before I buff. Last, but certainly not least, is the Pat Deluxe from Saphir. This is a hard wax polish. I'm going to give it a little bit of a shine, add some protection. Just what I like to finish shoes off with. And if you noticed, I used all neutral products with no pigment, because these shoes have a lighter contrast stitching on the uppers. So I don't want to darken that by any means. Now for the last pass, I'm going to hit it on my horsehair brush wheel, because I can create more friction because the wheel's spinning much faster than my hand can go. And then that's going to kind of glaze all the waxes together and create a nice shine and luster. Now this isn't a high shine leather. It's actually quite oily. So it's definitely a oil tan leather, but it looks beautiful now. You can really see the difference between the black uppers and the tan welt. Couldn't notice that as much. So just that cleaning, conditioning, and waxing really helped bring out the leather. We got a couple pieces of wax or cream in there where the broguing is. No problem. We'll just pick that out Everything else looks good. And of course, we'll buff them again once we're done. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in to another video. This wraps up this job. If I were to grade it, I would give it an A+. We put new JR leather soles, new JR combo heels, give it a good clean conditioning and a polish, and we were able to hit all the original stitch holes on the welt. So this shoe can be resoled again and again. And also want to give a shout out to Dale at Aero Surfer LV in Maryland, who made me this beautiful leather bracelet, and of course this amazing kick-ass apron that I wear every day to work. So his name is Aero Surfer LV on Instagram, and his company's name is Dale's Leatherworks, and he makes aprons and belt and all sorts of leather goods. Really awesome leather backpack, so check him out as well. So thanks so much for watching, guys. Don't forget to Hulk smash that like and subscribe button, and we'll see you on the next project.